Welcome back to Digi Bros. We're in elevators.
Is that like a regular show voice?
I don't know. We're in the place, the creepy place.
This is the New Londo Ruins.
The spoopy ruins.
I like this place.
Yeah.
This game's got perfect color design.
I love everything about this game.
Dude, it's perfect.
I love these creepy dudes just sitting around being insane.
The fact that this game exists makes it so like nothing else can really get a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Because like
except for Bloodborne.
Well, hopefully Bloodborne is even better. That'd be nice. But like, you know, if a game exists that's this perfect and nothing else really compares to it, then like nothing else can be a 10. It owns the 10 because to give something else a 10 would imply that it was as good as Dark Souls, and that's just not possible.
It's not possible, bro.
At present.
Dark Souls the best, bruh. Oh, whoa, our frame rate increased for a second.
That's odd. Are you gonna try to fight these?
Yeah. Oh, I don't do much damage right now.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I was gonna say.
Let's say I have the transient curse. I can fight if I want.
Yeah, no, not a good idea.
Yeah, we're just gonna suicide right now.
What? You're not gonna try to run through and grab the thing?
No, that's what I'm doing. It's just we're not gonna be able to get back.
Oh.
Did I go the wrong way? The fuck?
You went some way.
Shit.
There it is.
There.
Boom.
What the hell? I went the wrong path. Anyways, we're gonna go get the thing. I'm gonna not fight the ghosts, and they will definitely kill me on the way back.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get the thing. We're gonna do it.
All right.
We're gonna do that thing.
You don't have
to.
You don't have to tell me twice.
We're gonna do.
Or 3 times.
We're gonna get the thing.
Or 8 times.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it
6 times.
We're gonna get it once.
Or 543 times.
We're gonna get it the time.
Or 9,999
forever.
Times. You know. You know what bothers me?
Yeah.
People who say that something is one of the greatest of all time when it was only the greatest at the time.
Yeah.
Like, if something is massively influential and then everything that comes after it is better,
yeah,
then how can the original be the greatest of all time? It was the greatest when it came out.
Yes.
It's one of the most important of all time. It was the
greatest for its time.
Right. It was the greatest for its time, but if everything is built on that, then it's not the greatest of all time.
Unless everything that came after it isn't better.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But, like, for instance, I've been playing Chrono Trigger, as I told you before. I'm about halfway through, and I think it's a good game. I think it's aged well enough that you can play it today.
Yeah.
But by no means would I consider it one of the greatest games of all time, because it's like everything that's good about it, other games have done and done better since. So, yeah, there's already plenty of games that are the same thing but better. So it's obviously not one of the greatest games of all time. It was the greatest game for its time.
Yeah.
But people still talk about it like it's still the best fucking game ever, and I'm like, obviously there's matters of opinion.
Just
maybe some people think
you're not about it.
Maybe some people legitimately believe that nothing has done what it did better.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me to believe that that people really think.
Is it one of those where you have to get halfway through the game and then it becomes amazing?
No, it started off better than it's gotten. It started off really open and interesting, and it's sort of gotten more linear and as it's gone. And I mean, it's one of those where like I appreciate everything it does well, and I do think it has a lot of stuff that modern games could learn from that have been forgotten, like how it never it doesn't feel like it ever really takes control away from you for like a long period of time and stuff like that, because it's definitely a cinematic type game for its time, but cinematic games now are so worried about the cinematic aspect that they forget to also be fun games.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do that. It never forgets that it's supposed to be a fun video game. But at the same time, the video game aspect of it is kind of the least interesting part, because it's a turn-based RPG, and the turn-based mechanics are not that deep. Like you fight a lot of enemies. Like as the game goes on, because early into it, it was like you'd fight a couple enemies and then there'd be some kind of thing happen. Like maybe it'd just be something minor, like, oh, the stairs fell out from under me. Whoa, trippy. But like a lot of stuff would happen and it wasn't a lot of straight fighting. Then later you get to parts where it's just literally I walked through a cave and fought 10 battles, you know, and that was the whole level. And the same enemies will be in all those 10 battles, and I use the same attacks, like the optimal strategy to beat them, you know. So what was the point of there being 10 battles? Unless the battle system was super fun and interesting, you know. Like with Dark Souls, every single encounter challenges you in a slightly different way, right? You know, this is a room full of the same enemies you fought, but that guy buffs them all,
the worst.
you know. And now they're all super fucking strong. It's like little stuff like that. You know, changes the way that the same enemies are being used. And you never have two encounters that are like exactly the same. The layouts are always different. You always have to think a little bit differently. And even then, even if they were exactly the same, the game is so fun to play. That you're always on your toes. You're always thinking. You always have to. Even when it's just one guy, you've got to be careful because if you don't time your hit right, that guy is gonna wreck you. You know. Whereas in a game like Chrono Trigger, if I know the optimal strategy, then the challenge has now evaporated because all I have to do is keep doing the optimal strategy. So like I got to this one dungeon where I've got a combo attack where the character Frog and the character Merle,
what the fuck?
one character has ice magic, one character has water magic, and if I combine them, it's an attack called Ice Water. Hits all the enemies on screen, and in this dungeon, almost everything's weak to it. So every encounter I have, I use Ice Water, they all die, I move on, you know? And it's a very easy game because you can so easily get... You train for like one extra fight and you're over leveled, you know, like. So
what I don't like is actually those JRPGs that are actually hard.
Right,
because,
I mean that's
because you end up having to grind a whole lot, and it's just like even to grind, you're wasting money on like potions and like trying to keep your team healed while you're grinding. And then it's like you have to get a couple levels over to do anything.
That's the thing, though.
That's how I felt about Bravely Default. It was a game I never finished just because it got so, like, I had to do so many battles.
But, like, in those kind of games, it really depends on do you actually enjoy the combat, you know? And if so, like, are you willing to master it, you know? Because stuff like Shin Megami Tensei games, those are all ludicrously fucking hard, especially towards the end, right? They just get to a point where it's like, every battle is going to tax you to the limits. But the games are so complex that there's like a million ways to tackle a turn-based battle because you've got like you can recruit monsters to be on your team, so then you've got like a team of all these different kinds of monsters, all these different kind of attacks that each monster knows, different kind of optimal ways to build your characters and shit like that, and it's just so fucking dense that you really got to learn the game in and out in order to even play it, you know? And I agree with you that I'm not really into those kind of games because it just tends to... I don't tend to play games that make me think that much. You know? But at the same time, if I'm playing a game where the battle system is that easy, then it gets to a point, like I said, where every battle you're just like, why do I have to fight these guys again? I already did this. I know how to beat them. I don't want to fight them 10 more times. You know... Take 3 steps, an enemy shows up, you hear the same battle music, you use the same attacks, the battle's over, you know. It also gives you like lots of opportunities for healing and stuff like that, so.
This is the derpiest fucking battle I'm having right now.
Those are some of my favorite moments in Dark Souls. It's just when it's like really like hilarious to look at.
Just feel ridiculous.
It's people like swing and miss, you hit them like
ragdoll zombies.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this right now. The only reason I'm killing them all is so I can go kill that one guy who's locked up in the cage. Just for the hell of it and to get his ring. Otherwise, I would just skip all of these and go to the gargoyles.
It's really crazy to me when I think about how there's like
God, one thing Dark Souls 2 did right is they let you go down the stairs fast. Or the ladders.
It's crazy for me when I think about how many games there are out there that like are just so much deeper than other games. And it's almost weird that like normal games can get away with existing when there's like, because even Dark Souls, this game is extremely deep, but there's even ones that are deeper than this. You know, like if you think of something like a fucking what's that damn spaceship game? Eve Online. You know, stuff like that, where it's just unimaginably deep mechanics, and when people get into games like this, they get super fucking into it. You know, like people who've played
very hardcore.
Dansan and Shade have played Dark Souls for thousands of hours. You know, and I'm not exaggerating. They've actually played them for thousands of hours. So it's weird to think about a game that's like The Order 19 whatever.
Yeah, that's just not deep at all.
That's like literally 6 hours long, because all they did was never play
spend all their time on fucking graphics, and they didn't put anything in the game.
That game kind of got railed by critics anyways, so it's maybe not the best example. But there's a lot of games like that you would not play twice. You know, it's 6 hours long, and then you're done. And that's why I think a lot of gamers who write, a lot of like mainstream reviewers just like base it on the quality of the game as if price didn't exist. You know, just like
oh, definitely.
Whereas a lot of
price should definitely be a consideration. Whereas
underground reviewers focus way more on price.
Yeah,
you know, they say like
how much fun you're having for how much money you wasted on it.
Right, and that's why games like big time action games, like platinum games, action games, get so highly praised by those people, because it's like, you can play that game 7 times, it'll be totally different, and you can get to the highest difficulty, and you can do all this shit, and there's so much extra stuff, where even though it's only like a 6-hour game, there's actually a ton of content to it, you know, and like you really feel like you're getting that $60 worth.
You feel like you could play this game for a month and not have to buy a new game immediately or sell it immediately, just to keep having fun.
And I've always said that's like, the weirdest thing to me about reviewers is that they're the biggest category of reviewers, the most mainstream reviewers, the most mainstream review websites are all people who are playing like a reviewer, which means one game every week at the most, you know. Some of these reviewers probably aren't finishing these games. Yeah. You know, and some of them admit it. Like, I've never blamed Yahtzee Croshaw for this, because he openly says...
he will always say it. He's like, I didn't have that much time to play it.
Right. So it's not my type of game. I didn't bother playing it all the way through. I don't really give a fuck.
Didn't get around to Dark Souls until years later.
Right. Well, because he did a review of Demon Souls when it came out, and he just gave up after like an hour. Yeah. He was like, it was too hard, and... you know, shit was just killing me that I couldn't have possibly predicted, and it was dumb. And then people kept trying to get him into Dark Souls for like a year and a half, and they would never... They always told him, like, oh, you just have to play it? And he was like, well, that's not going to convince me, you know? Until finally someone, like, showed him something that convinced him, like, that he understood the point, and then he played through it, and it became one of his favorite games. So, yeah, like... But I like it when a reviewer admits how they played the game, and how they play games in general. Because, yeah, there are plenty of people out there who do, like, rent a game every week and beat it in a week and send it back. You know, I've known a couple people like that. Or people like Josh Cruz, who's going to beat every game to, like, 100% completion no matter what. He'll buy a game, he'll get every achievement, and then, you know, move on to the next one. But it doesn't matter what the game is. He'll just buy them all. And I think the regular reviews are more for people who are just going to buy all the games, but they're only going to play through it like once. Whereas there's also a huge contingent of gamers who are going to get into Dark Souls in this incredibly deep way. Yeah. And so for a long time, like, my question was, where's the reviews that represent those people? Yeah. Because we need that. They're underrepresented. But you can't really review or analyze a game like that until long afterwards, until after the fact, when you've had time. And the problem is, so many people buy games at the time when they're hype, at the time when they're new, they just came out.
And no one's experienced that depth to it yet.
Right. And like, reviews of games end up getting treated like reviews of films, where film reviews, the opening weekend kind of is all that matters, because the opening weekend is how long people are going to engage with it. Because, you know, there are some people who are going to find the hidden depth in the film. And, you know, again, I think even with films, the better reviews come out later. But there's already plenty of people who are reviewing films that way. There's a ton of them who are talking about the deeper nuances of the film long after it's been released. And
shit, I don't have any
but with video games, not every player is buying the game on opening weekend, playing through it all the way on opening weekend, and yet most of the reviews represent that.
Yeah.
So, to me, there should be like every game that warrants it should have a review from way after the fact, where someone. Why are you trying to fight this dude?
Because he'll give me a ring.
Yeah, but you're not strong enough to beat him.
Yeah, I am.
You think so?
It just takes a little while.
All right.
It helps if I have like fire bombs or something, but
Do you not?
no, I used them all fighting those other dudes. Ooh. Shit.
He's gonna fuck you up.
Nah. Shit.
Why don't you take him out somewhere open?
This is a better spot because I can go up the stairs.
Oh shit, fuck.
I've done this a couple times.
Yeah, anyways, what we were saying. So with Dark Souls, for a long time, I thought I was going to have to be that guy.
Yeah.
Because it was like a full year after the game had come out. You know, I'd been watching, but the thing is, I'd never played it through myself.
Yeah.
As I've said before, I get frustrated. I don't tend to play games for like long periods of time. And I've always felt like one day I would get into this game super heavy, but the problem is that I've watched so many people play it that I already feel like I get everything out of it. Like, I've gotten everything out of the game that I feel like I'm going to just from watching so many other people play it. I've watched Victor play it multiple times. I've watched Shade play it multiple times. Watched Donson play it multiple times. I watched a lot of Donson doing his all level 1 run, where he was not allowed to level anything. That took like a long time. I've watched all kinds of challenge runs, shit like that online. So there's not really anything left for me to personally explore. And it's so hard for me to get good at the game and to like really get interested in it that I've had a hard time. So for a long time I thought that I was going to finally play through the game and then I'd be able to do the one big analysis that the game deserved, you know? Because there's a lot of people who've been talking about this game. It's got a big fan community. You've got people like Vadi Vidya who analyze the storyline of it. You've got people who talk about different mechanics, different things you can do, but no one had tried to make one big analysis of the game that just summarized everything. And I was like, I gotta be that guy. So I was trying to play through it. That's when I got Shade to do my build, and I was like, I'm just gonna, have Shade give me a nice build, and then I'll be set, and I'll play through the game. But I never ended up finishing it. And then Super Bunny Hop did his Dark Souls in-depth critique that was like 35 minutes long, and it was perfect. And I was like, I will never play through Dark Souls now.
I really want to kill this guy.
I've been cursed. It'll never happen. Why do you want to kill him so bad?
Because I want his ring.
Shouldn't he be here now?
No.
Because you set him free?
You can still go back and kill him at this point.
Well, now all
I guess
those
I'll
dudes
skip
are gonna
him.
be back, so just run to the fucking gargoyles. What ring does he give you?
He gives you the ring that boosts your health and stamina.
I see.
So it's very helpful.
I've lost track of where we started the last recording, but I think we're close to next time on Digi.
I feel like we were on this elevator. Oh no, it was the other elevator. Yeah.
Yeah, it was going down to New Londo.
Cool.
All right. See you next time.